Así que vamos a escuchar a Perry Stern de MSN Autos. And now we continue the coverage of the presentation of the new 2016 Mazda MX5 with both an owner and a colleague journalist. How are you, Perry?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Very good, thank you. Perry Stern, he is one of the editors at MSN Autos. And you were there for the whole weekend, right? Like a whole week of activities with Mazda, including the presentation of the new one.
It's been kind of a Miata festival all week, indeed. And so, yes, I have seen the new one.
Yeah, and of course, it's taking place as the Mazda Speedway in Laguna Seca, which is their home and the place that makes a lot of manufacturers envious about having their name on that fabulous track. So, Perry, let's go back to the presentation. First thoughts that came to your head when you saw the car.
Well, it's interesting because it's in the Soul Red, which it seems to look different from every angle. And every time I look at it, it looks a little bit different. But the more I look at it, the more I like it. But the very first thing you notice is that where the current Miatas all kind of have the happy smiley face, this one has a smile, but the eyes look mean.
Yeah. And that's due to the new LED technology used in the lights. And I think I like it. Some of the comments that I was reading online as the event was being broadcast live on internet, they say, some people said it looks a little bit Italian, like they changing that a little bit. What's your opinion about that?
Yeah, I guess you could see some of that. I mean, there's definitely some nice curves to it, but it's interesting. I mean, there's, you see so many different cars in this car. For example, if you look at the rear quarter panel from the side, it looks a lot like a BMW Z8. Just the way the taillights slide into the bodywork, and so it's definitely different. But when you look at it as a whole, it's clearly Miata. I mean, yesterday we got to see them parade up with all four generations together, and it looked like it fit right in.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, one thing is seeing pictures, another thing is seeing cars like in an enclosed environment, like the presentation. The place where the presentation took place the other night, and another completely different scene on its own environment, right? So, on the road, on the streets, you still liked it, or even like it better, I guess.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, it is hard to photograph. There's no question. I mean, at first I didn't even realize there is a power dome in the hood, but when it's out in the sun and you see it driving by, all the lines are clear. I think when we get to see it in some other colors, you'll actually, be able to capture the whole thing better. But yes, I mean, driving up the road, it's something I was ready to go drive.
So as I was saying before, you are both an owner and a journalist who covers the auto industry, and you own Miata. You just bought it recently, I understand, right?
Yes, I have my own Miata. I brought my Miata down here. Is that what you're asking?
No, I mean, you had it recently. You just bought it a few months ago, or like a year ago, or something like that, right?
Yes, I just got it in February. It's a 2006. My wife allowed me to buy a more fuel-efficient car, and that was what I chose.
And that's one of the things. This car allows you to do many things. One of them is saving gas, but another one, and more important, I guess, is like have fun driving.
Oh, they're so much fun to drive. They're like go-karts, and with the top down, and I mean, I have the heat vent set up just right so that when it's still cold outside, it keeps my hands warm so I can keep the top down.
Yeah, and you live in Seattle, where the weather changes radically in the winter, and obviously it's not a place to have a convertible, but you have your tricks like that one, right?
Well, I find reason, basically if it's not raining, it's convertible weather in my opinion.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. So, since you were there at the presentation with Derek Jenkins, who we talked during the last segment about the design and all that, it's also interesting, I guess, you gather some opinions from other owners who are there attending the festivities this weekend. So what did you hear about it?
People seem to like it. I mean, the general opinion is, that they've done it right, that, it does look a little meaner, but everyone seemed very excited about it. I think everyone is waiting to hear a little bit more information, but Mazda has already told us it's going to be a little while before this goes on sale, and they'll be forthcoming with some information, specs, and that sort of thing. But basically, at this point, all we know is that we'll have an engine. We can guarantee that.
Oh, that'll be good, I guess. and it's going to be gas, rear-wheel drive, and a convertible. So that all that we know.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll get a chance to see it soon, and hopefully we'll both get a chance to drive it soon.
Yeah, that would be great. So one last thing, I believe they announced already that it's going to have the SkyTech technology, right? Which is one of the things that is Mazda is pushing instead of pushing other technologies like hybrid, right?
Yes, it does have the SkyActiv badge on the back, so there'll be SkyActiv technology, and they have told us that as part of that, it will be about 200 pounds lighter. So, if it's got similar power to what the current one has, it should be fun.
It's good. Yeah, it'll be great. So, another thing. So, what's going on all this weekend there at Mazda Speedway in Laguna Seca?
It's been great. It's the 25th. They're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Miata, and so this is yesterday. They brought in just over 1,800 Miatas and staged them all on a field to spell out MX5 25.
Wow. Yeah, I think.
And so my car was there as well. I have my car down here, and so I was there with several thousand of my Miata friends. And the most amazing thing in that group of cars is, even though they're all Miatas, every car seems to be different. There are some that are just pure stock, and there's some that have spoilers taller than we are and colored pink with strange wheels on them. I mean, there's all sorts of things. So it's interesting to see what people have done to the Miatas. It was also interesting to see what the different demographic is. I mean, there were people in their 60s and 70s, and there were teenagers with their cars.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So the Miata really does seem to, be, cross generations.
Yeah, that's a great thing about this car too, because I mean, it's something that Miata created 25 years ago, where there were other cars competing in the segment, and nowadays it seems to be the only one left, right? In this category.
Yeah, Mazda folks they do like to point that out, that there's so many cars that said they were going to be Miata killers, and they're long gone. So it's no one's really figured out the formula that Mazda has down. And I did get a chance to drive a first generation. In fact, it was car number 15, the car that was on display at the Chicago Auto Show when they unveiled the car in 1989.
Wow.
And just a quick drive in it, and you already know why it was so popular when it came out, because it's even a car that's 25 years old, it's still just a blast to drive.
Yeah, that's amazing. And as you were saying, people modified them and raced them, and there's this statement from Mazda: this is the most raced car in the world, right? Every weekend, people take it like places to Laguna Seca and compete and just have a ton of fun with it.
Oh, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, that's what's going on today here at Mazda Raceway, is they're doing hot laps. And so, for all the different classes, I mean, I'm watching them right now out the window as, every walk of life Miata. I mean, there's one that has no skin on it at all, and so it looks a little like an aerial atom. There are some with big spoilers, some with big roll cages, and some look like they just came out of the showroom.
Excellent. So we're talking to Perry Stern, one of the editors at MSN Autos, and that's where we can find out about all the information and your coverage, right, Per?
Yes, I'm sorry, I broke up.
Yeah, MSN.com for all the coverage about your work at the auto industry. That's the website,
yes, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Go to autos.msn.com. You'll find lots of pictures of the new car and plenty of pictures from around the weekend, and it should be pretty entertaining.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, and keep enjoying all the Miatas out there in Laguna Seca this weekend, okay?
I'll definitely do that. It's great talking to you.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye. Y con eso concluimos la cobertura de la presentación de la cuarta generación del Mazda MX Miata que se realizó en Monterrey, California. Gracias otra vez a Perry Stern de msnautos.com por compartir su experiencia como periodista especializado en la industria de los autos y también como dueño de uno de los Mazda Miata que establecieron un nuevo récord Guinness allá en la pista de Mazda Speedway Laguna Seca.
Este programa fue una producción de National Latino Broadcasting.